Hello and welcome. My name is Jean, and today's practice is going to be a little bit more subdued in nature. There tends to be the need to move specifically between points, but not always noticing the pause in between, noticing what the body is connecting with, noticing what you are moving with and moving through. So to facilitate that kind of space, start off in a seat, taking that brief moment just to introduce your body to the shape. Sit bones sway side to side, hands where you wish them to be. All of those micro movements and personal adjustments help find your way to a point of stillness, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose, or sighing through the mouth. And observing how the body is taking in air. Is there some force? Is there some drive to how you're moving the air through your body? Or is it an organic process? You are observing how you breathe in and observing how you breathe out. Maybe classify or quantify, maybe qualify even, what that feels like for you. After all, your breath will be that through line for your practice, as it's always a through line for your journey with your mat, but today a little bit more so. How much does your chest rise when you breathe in? How much do you feel your abdomen expanding outward to make room for that incoming air? And by equal merit, how much do you notice the abdomen pushing in while you breathe out? All the while the heart receding, chest falling. So in conjunction with your personal sankalpa today, that heartfelt intention, knowing this is a practice of pause and honoring the power of a pause, we'll take a moment and begin cultivating a form of pranayama known as your box breath, your square breath. So hands can be on the heart and abdomen. Maybe you prefer them back on the legs. Maybe you have a specific Gyan mudra or Padma mudra, those hand shapes that feel good for you. But wherever you'd like your body to be, however you'd like it to take form, breathe in once through the nose. And then breathe out at your pace, making sure to release all of the air from your body. From that point, take a breath in for 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 2, 3, 4. Now exhale. 2, 3, 4. And hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Nice. We'll do that 3 more times. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. 2 more times. Inhale. Hold your breath. Now exhale. Nice. Hold your breath. And last time, inhale. Hold your breath. Now exhale. And last time, holding your breath. Nice job. Shake the body out a little bit. Take your time making very soft movements, coming back to a breath familiar to you. We'll come back to this box breath toward the end of your practice, but just so that you have the tempo for it later. It's essentially honoring the pattern of breathing as well as the pauses that you take in between your inhales and exhales, allowing you to process, to absorb, to sensate what it is that the body is carrying in those pause moments. So, adding in a little bit of movement here, we'll take that inhale, arms will rise upward to the sun. And then as you exhale, big sigh through the mouth as the elbows bend, cactus, saguaro shape. Take 5 breaths here. Embrace that expansion in your rib cage. Embrace that openness of your Anahata chakra, your heart center. 2 breaths to go. Nice. Now breathing in, the arms will reach back up to the sky once more. And then taking your right hand, grabbing your left arm just above the wrist. Exhale, pulling your left arm to the right. Just getting a little side stretch here for 5 breaths. The right ear can rest on the right bicep while you're looking at the crook of your left elbow. Breathe. Nice. 2 breaths to go. How does the pause feel? How does that stillness feel in your body? Good job. And then inhale. Press into your left sit bone. Come back to a seat. The hands now switch grips, so left hand grabs above the right wrist. And exhale, just pulling your right wrist to the left. Just a seated lateral stretch. Breathe. And connecting with those present moment sensations, part of your sankalpa today. How are you feeling? What are you feeling? Activate just a little bit more with 2 more breaths. And then inhale, press into the right sit bone. You're stacking the spine at center. Exhale, releasing the arms. As you do, fold the body forward from the abdomen, hollowing the ribs, rounding your back. Arms can be out in your sides. You can bring them out in front of you too if that feels good. Just really savoring that open back, your shoulders reaching far apart as you fold. Taking another 5 more breaths. Nice job. Taking that next inhale, come back from your point of stillness. The spine restacks. And then, if your legs are crossed, still exhale will change the crossing of the legs. Add a little bit more spinal flossing here by taking some seated cat-cows, Sukhasana cat-cows. So, sit bones reset on your mat. Take an inhale, shoulders widen. Raise your gaze upward to your ceiling. And then exhale, digging into the earth with your sit bones, hollowing the rib cage. Chin meets tailbone. We'll take 4 more. Inhale, reaching your spine upward, chest out. And then exhale again, hollowing the ribs, giving the spine a nice little hug here. Take 3 more at your pace. Just using the silence to have that conversation, that current dialogue with your body. Nice. So, coming back to that neutral seat, feel free to drink some water. Feel free to shake the body out a little bit if you'd like. From here, however, you're welcome to choose a side, left or right, whatever you deem to be the top of your mat specifically. You're just going to shift back on the sit bones, send the legs out to the top of the mat, and then making your way down to the ground, find the earth beneath you. Allow that moment, positioning the body on your spine. Taking that moment to feel the palms of your hands against the ground. Maybe the hands themselves face the earth for some extra grounding. You can always point the palms skyward if you want a little bit more receiving energy. But from here, take another inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, bending the knees, bring the soles of your feet to your mat. And then heel-toe the feet away from each other, bringing the knees inward. This is called your constructed rest. Just give a moment for your lower back to feel the mat. All of your spine to get a nice little release here. One more breath, good job. So adding in movement, you're going to take a nice big inhale, pressing into the big toes of each foot. And then exhale, tipping your knees to the right side, just giving yourself a little bit of a twist here. Inhale, knees come back to center. And then exhale, open the legs out to the left now. So taking this movement, this is called your windshield wipers. Fanning the knees out to a side, bring them to the center, and then fan them to the other side a few times. Now, as you probably felt in that brief stillness that we found, if you tip your legs to one side and hold them here for a couple breaths, you get a semblance of a more hip-centric spinal twist. Maybe that feels good. Maybe you want that extra pause. Feel free to take that for yourself as you breathe. Again, connecting this practice to the subtle body, the things that are not always spoken but are still worth acknowledging. Take another couple more moments. Great job. Last 2 breaths. Just giving yourself some time, again, to connect with your body. Heed the present moment. Something threaded throughout your practice, truthfully through every yoga practice. But sometimes we find ourselves lost in the noise of the past and the future. The present is that moment of meeting, that moment of recognizing yourself, independent of the constructs of time. Good job. So once your knees find their way back to center, we'll inhale, heel-toe the feet away from each other, toward each other now, I should say. So as you heel-toe the feet close together, insides of the feet touching, You'll then breathe out, fan the knees out to the sides, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining butterfly. Now again, holding here just for a few moments. Option to inhale, raise your arms up to the sky again. And then taking that same cactus shape, like in a seat. Oh, that feels really cozy. Exhale. Exhale, open the elbows to your sides. See, it tells you that everybody certainly feels places and shapes differently. I guess my body needed this a little bit more than I thought. Take a few breaths here. Combining your heart with your hip space can make this a particularly vulnerable shape. I like to say that frequently, but it's good to be reminded sometimes that whatever vulnerability, whatever, for lack of a better word, nakedness you might be feeling here, is a natural sensation. You are very expressive. You are very much in a receiving shape. And that may not feel very comfortable. If it doesn't, acknowledge that discomfort. And then decide if it's one you're okay with sitting with for another 2 minutes. Over time, everything begins passing you by. The world is still turning. People are still moving. The sun still rises and sets, much like the moon still shines and shades. But you are here. You are anchored in this one moment in time, knowing that there will never be another moment like this once it passes. 1 more minute. Great job, y'all. Taking just another 2 breaths here. Now, if you're comfortable where you are actually very welcome to stay in this butterfly shape for a little bit longer and simply disregard some of the cues that you're about to hear. But if you feel served by your time in Supta Baddha Konasana, inhale to extend your arms overhead once more. And then exhale, bring the arms down, draw them to the sides. From here, the hands help the thighs close together again. And then inhale, left leg reaches down to the mat, keeping the right knee bent. As you exhale, left hand grabs the right leg. Walk the fingers along the right thigh, helping it over the left leg. Just taking a little twist here. Right hand is planted on the ground, palm down. Just to give you some extra anchoring here, we're taking just another 4 more breaths. And of course, you're always welcome to bring your blocks with you in any capacity. My block just happened to be placed by my foot, so it gave my foot something to rest on. I did not intend for that, but I'm certainly going with it. Taking just another 2 more breaths here. And then next, inhale, you're just tipping the body back to center, planting your right foot on the mat. As you exhale, right leg extends forward, left knee now bends, sole of the left foot on your mat. Taking that twist now, inhale, left hand is palm down on the ground, and right hand reaches for the left leg. Exhale, walk the fingertips along the left thigh, just helping that left leg to the right. Again, taking just a few breaths here. That leg that's lifted, in this case your left leg, does not have to touch the ground in any capacity. You'll feel this twist moving all through the left hip, more down toward the left side of your glutes, even up along the left side of your torso. One more breath here. And then taking that inhale, the right hand helps the left leg back to center, planting the foot on the mat. As you breathe out, extend the left leg now to meet the right. Just taking a still rebound. You're just about at the end of your journey today, but as promised earlier, we will come back to that square breathing, that box breath system that you had. So this one will be a little less guided, as you had that first instance to kind of utilize a community effort. Now this is entirely your individual box breath, but I'll still cue you through the first instance just so that you can get the pacing. For now though, hands can stay where they are. You can bring one to your heart and one to your abdomen. Just feeling your spine really press down to the earth. We'll do another 3 iterations of box breath. So take one more breath in and out at your pace, making sure that as you exhale, all of the air is emptied out of your lungs. And then 3 cycles of box breath, square breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. 2 more for yourself. And as that last cycle finishes, the arms release. Maybe you keep that pattern of breathing, moving into your Savasana. Again, a very, very gentle practice today about honoring the pauses between breaths, the pauses between spaces, all giving you time to acknowledge and honor your body in that present moment. That one-of-a-kind experience that happens every second. So maybe you inch your feet outward toward the top of your mat just a little more. Palms of the hands either on the body or against the ground. Remember your breath, remember your heartbeat, and remember some of what you've alchemized alongside your intention today. An intentional practice focused on just giving yourself some space to breathe, some space to be. We need just as much gentleness in our lives as we do vivacity, bombasticity. This is a time to balance those energies, knowing that when you're ready to exude life and vibration and exertion, you have the energetic resources from which to utilize. So thank you again for all the time and all the things that you do on and off of your mat. How you spend your time is always vital. That is an intentional direction of self that you are giving every single day. So remembering your breath and your heartbeat, leaving behind any tension you felt even in this gentle practice. Enjoy your Savasana, and know that I will bring you back to the here and now shortly. The time has come to begin guiding yourself back to this plane. From however far you dove into the range of your Savasana, that ocean place, connect with your breath, whether it's still in that square format or something organic, breathing in through the nose. Give yourself that pause, that brief moment of stillness, just to feel all of the energy swirling through you. And then exhale through the nose, take a big sigh through the mouth. The energy is expended, sent forth where it's needed. While your body takes one more pause, empty lungs, waiting to be utilized, continuing the cycle anew. And then making any wiggles for yourself, fingertips and toes. Maybe the ankles tip side to side. Wrists making some circles, soft fists with the hands. And then any movements for your personal self, any small isolations. Choose for yourself what movements honor and strengthen your tether back to this corporeal plane. And as part of that return, come back to your intention today, an intention of presence, and how to recognize the present moment in your body. What you're carrying, what you're holding on to, and maybe even, eventually, what you're ready to set down. After all, the present moment is indeed an exercise of mindfulness, heeding what you hear and feel and see, and how those sensating experiences enhance your overall experience on this planet. So as ever, you're always welcome to end your practice in that conjured Savasana shape. Maybe it feels a little more organic to meet in a seat of your choosing. Same way we started today, arms, legs, and eyes, sealing your time here in a way that serves you. It has been my humble honor and continual joy to have led you and shared space with you through this gentle, mindful practice today. May you continue to live this life in your authentic way, bringing forth your signature shine and radiance to this beautiful planet we share. The luminosity in me cherishes, respects, and will always celebrate the luminous shining heart in you. Shanti. Namaste. Thank you so much for making some time for yourself. I hope that this soft practice provided you with some space to connect with your body in different ways, or maybe similar ways to how you normally would on your mat. After all, they call it a yoga practice, as it is just another chance to practice learning more about ourselves. Again, thank you. I appreciate you and what you do for this world. And until we meet again, namaste.